Welcome back to Comicstorian Gaming, where we have some goofy fun, and we also sit down and tell you the story behind some of your favorite video games. We do this in a synopsis format, giving you enough information that you can understand what happened, but you can also get more if you enjoy the games yourself. You can also go to the next game in the series having an understanding as to what happened in the prior game. And today, to continue our Resident Evil series, we're going to be covering Resident Evil 6. Now, this game is broken up into multiple parts, so we're going to tell you each campaign and then what happened within it. Starting at the beginning, we have Leon's campaign. It is 2013. The president is scheduled to give an address on bioterrorism at Ivy University in the city of Tall Oaks. Part of the president's speech will be to admit the US government's involvement in the Raccoon City incident in 1998. However, before he can give his speech, a group of bioterrorists calling themselves the Neo Umbrella releases a vapor form of the C virus in the vents of the university. In a short time, everyone is turned into the Walking Dead. Leon Kennedy, now an agent of the Division of Southern Operations, rushes in to rescue the president, but the man has already turned and is about to kill Helena Harper of the Secret Service. Leon has no choice but to put the president down, ending the life of his longtime friend. Helena surprises Leon by telling him that she is responsible for the attack, and she promises to explain everything to him after they have reached the Tall Oaks Cathedral. Working together, Leon and Helena manage to escape from the university, managing to find a police car, and they drive away, but they're quickly overcome, crashing into the ground. The two have no choice but to move through the subway tunnels beneath the city, managing to escape more hordes of the undead. They find themselves once again on the city streets. Banding together with a group of survivors, they manage to hold off the increasing number of undead, eventually escaping the city on a bus. On their way to the cathedral, the bus crashes and the survivors are killed by a swarm of undead, and Leon and Helena manage to fight their way free, traveling through a graveyard and coming to the church. They're stopped at the door though, and the church bells attract another group of zombies. Finally, they fight their way through and they break inside, and in there, Helena leads them down to a secret facility beneath the cathedral. There she finds her sister, and Leon discovers video footage of Ada Wong being born out of a strange cocoon. They discover that Helena's sister has already been infected, and the young woman mutates into a new monster. Working alongside this strange cocooned Ada, the three manage to defeat the monster. Leon is then contacted by his handler, Hannigan. They are interrupted when Derek Simmons, the National Security Advisor, comes on the news blaming both Leon and Helena for the Tall Oaks incident. The pair manage to escape from the secret facility, fighting off a mutated shark in the process. And after they escape, they watch as Tall Oaks is wiped off the map in order to kill the virus. Leon speaks with Hannigan again, and the woman tells him that Simmons is on his way to China, and the two nod, beginning their pursuit of the truth and the proof of their innocence. Unfortunately, the plane that they are traveling to China in is infected with a Lepetica, which infects the entire plane. Helena is forced to fend off the hordes of zombies while Leon fights to land the plane safely. He manages to crash the plane into a cargo bay where the pair meet Sherry Birkin and Jake Mueller. Leon is shocked to see Sherry, who has become a DSO agent, but they are interrupted by a Ustanok, which seems to be hunting Jake. Working as a group, they manage to fend off the Ustanok by dropping a building on it. The pair eventually arrive at China where they search for Simmons while fighting against the growing C virus threat, and it's there that they run into Chris Redfield and his partner Pierre, who have cornered a woman that looks like Ada Wong. Chris and Leon have a tense standoff, which gives Ada a chance to escape. Chris and Pierre then continue after Ada while Leon and Helena search for Simmons, and they eventually find a man who orders his squad of Javo to kill them. Instead, the Javo infected Simmons with the C virus. He flees while Leon and Helena give him a chase, cornering the man on a train, and eventually they fight against the monster that Simmons mutates into, bringing the beast to town. Simmons plummets and is revealed that he works for a group known as the Family that secretly runs the world. The Family decides to leave Simmons where he has fallen as Leon and Helena return to the shore, and the woman sees something flying through the air. Chris manages to contact Leon, informing him that Ada is dead and that they need to flee the city. Neo Umbrella has fired a plague missile at the city, infecting everyone with the C virus. Leon and Helena manage to drive through the city, facing off against more and more zombies, and then they are shocked to see a helicopter flying overhead, piloted by none other than Ada Wong. Leon and Helena eventually arrive at Quad Towers, where they must face Simmons again. The man is still alive, now mutated into a dinosaur-like creature. But working together, they finally manage to kill the monster. Meanwhile, over in Chris Redfield's campaign, It's Pierre's who finds Chris Redfield in a bar in Eastern Europe. The man tries to convince Chris to return and lead the BSAA Alpha team once again. Chris is shocked to discover that he can't remember what it is he's trying to drown with alcohol. So, he returns to the BSAA leading Alpha team into China. It's there that they face Javo, a new type of infection that is capable of using weapons and further mutating when it should die. Alpha team is able to rescue the survivors and get inside an enemy stronghold, and it's there that they are stunned to find human cocoons. The sight of these makes Chris's memories finally return to him. It was 6 months ago that Chris, with Alpha team, entered Adona, the country being torn apart by a civil war, and this is where Alpha team first encountered the Javo. The team managed to capture the enemy stronghold, and it's there that they discovered Ada Wong, who had been working with the rebels, giving them bioweapons. As Alpha team was leading her out of the base, Ada managed to slip free and infect them all with the C virus. The team was transformed into cocoons, and when the infected emerged, Chris was forced to fight his team. He was cracked in the head, creating the memory loss. Now with his memories back, Chris begins to hunt through China for Ada Wong and the Neo Umbrella organization, and he finally manages to corner her, but is stopped by Leon and Helena. In the tense moment, Ada manages to slip away, so Leon and Helena leave and Chris and Pierre continue to track her, eventually following her to a Neo Umbrella aircraft carrier. They fight their way onto the ship where they finally confront Ada. The woman is preparing to send the C-Virus missile into the city, but before she can, Ada is shot from a mysterious helicopter. Chris and Pierre try to disarm the missile, but they are trapped and the missile fires. The city is enveloped by the cloud of C-Virus, transforming everyone into zombies. As the city transforms, Chris contacts Leon, and Leon explains that Jake Mueller has the antibodies for the C-Virus in his blood, so Chris needs to rescue them. Chris and Pierce fight their way to Neo Umbrella's underwater facility, and freeing Jake and Sherry, the young man learns that Chris was the one who killed his father, Wesker, all those years ago. So Jake pulls a pistol on Chris, but the encounter is interrupted by a massive bioweapon. Neo Umbrella has awakened the ultimate weapon, the Chaos. And should it reach the surface, it will mean the total destruction of the known world. Jake and Sherry manage to escape to cure the world, while Chris and Piers stay behind to try and stop Chaos. The two men don't stand a chance against this monster, and they are badly wounded. Rather than die, Piers infects himself with the C-Virus, mutating into a massive monster. Chris manages to escape in a pod, while Piers gives his life to defeat Chaos. But who are Jake and Sherry? Well, that's in Jake's campaign. Jake is a mercenary selling his services in the Civil War of Adona. A strange medicine arrives that people begin to take, and they begin to show signs of rage, and they lose all human thought. For some reason, Jake is the only one not infected. Fighting his way through, Jake soon meets DSO agent Sherry Birkin. Sherry explains that the medicine is the C-Virus and is being spread by Neo Umbrella. She goes on to explain that Jake already carries the C-Virus antibodies in his blood and she needs his help. So after the two settle on a price for his help, they both begin to escape. However, they discover that Neo Umbrella has released the creature known as the Yustanak to hunt them down. As they continue to run from the creature, they are rescued by Chris Redfield and Alpha Team. Seemingly safe in a helicopter, they are attacked once more by the Yustanak, which damages the helicopter. And parachuting to safety, Jake and Sherry almost reach the ground when part of the helicopter cuts through their parachute. When Jake awakens on the side of a mountain, he discovers that a piece of the helicopter has gone through Sherry. Believing her already to be dying, Jake pulls the piece of debris free and is shocked as Sherry heals in front of his eyes. After they have sheltered themselves in an abandoned cottage, Sherry explains how her father has infected her with the T-Virus during the Raccoon City incident, so the two begin to bond. But they are attacked by Neo Umbrella, and as the Yustanak hunts them down, the pair manage to reach the border. But before they can cross the border to safety, they are captured by Neo Umbrella, where they are brought in by a mysterious woman who tells Jake the truth about his father, Albert Wesker. Jake and Sherry are then brought to a Neo Umbrella facility in China where they are tested for 6 months. Luckily, the two manage to escape and make contact with Sherry's team, who is also in China. They agree to meet up, and Jake and Sherry manage to steal a motorcycle and fight the hordes of Javo. Jake and Sherry fight their way through the bio attack on China, and when it all seems lost, they are saved by Chris Redfield and Alpha Team. But Sherry's superiors ordered her not to contact the BSAA, so the two quickly slip away. They then watch as a plane goes down in front of them, and they make their way to the crash site, and it's there that they meet Leon and Helena, who inform the DSO agent that her superior, Simmons, is the cause of the virus outbreak. Sherry leads the others to the meetup point where Simmons admits to causing the outbreak. He explains that he did it for the family, who control the global stability. Leon and Helena order Jake and Sherry to escape while they pursue Simmons, but the two are quickly surrounded by the Javo and they are captured once again. Brought to Neo Umbrella's underground facility, Jake and Sherry are lost until Chris and Piers arrive to save them. Chris informs Jake that he was the one who killed his father, and Jake draws his weapon on the soldier. But the confrontation is interrupted as Hayos is awakened. Chris orders Jake and Sherry to escape, knowing that Jake's blood can cure the world. And trying to escape to the surface, Jake and Sherry are once again attacked by the Ustanok. The two manage to defeat the monster and they return to the surface finally. It is topside that Jake gives Sherry a sample of his blood before disappearing. From Jake's blood, the cure is created and the outbreak is finally contained. But who is Ada Wong? She came up multiple times and she's in a cocoon. Here's Ada's campaign. Ada Wong is known as the world's best spy. When she receives a message from Derek Simmons, aide to the president, she's intrigued. Ada follows the instructions of the message and sneaks aboard the submarine, which is easy since the security systems are linked to her fingerprints. She finds orders to capture Jake Mueller, who carries the antibodies for the C virus. Ada is mystified as the orders are 6 months old and she has no memories of them. Slipping out of the submarine, Simmons contacts her again, telling her that the orders from 6 months ago are a part of a greater mystery. He also tells her that Neo Umbrella is planning an attack on America, and that China has a new virus outbreak. Deciding to move to America, she heads to Simmons' lab where she learns that Simmons is a part of the Family, a shadow group that secretly runs the world to keep themselves in power. Ada warns Leon and Helena of the group's existence before discovering the footage of a clone of herself being born out of a cocoon. She learns that this is the person that Simmons was giving orders to, a clone of Ada that Neo Umbrella has created. She decides that she can't allow this and sets out to kill her clone. She heads to China, discovering the bioterror outbreak. There, she runs into Sherry Birkin and Chris Redfield. She sneaks aboard the Neo Umbrella aircraft carrier, hoping to eliminate her clone, and Ada then finds reports about her clone's creation, which Simmons authorized because he found the real Ada to be independent. She discovers that her DNA was combined with the C virus and injected into Carla Radamez, creating the clone. But Carla regained her own consciousness and began to fight against Simmons. When Ada finds Carla's corpse, which has been shot by the Family, it comes back to life, attacking her. Carla then mutates further, her mind drifting into insanity. But Ada manages to defeat her, and afterwards, Ada manages to escape the aircraft carrier, stealing a helicopter in the process. Ada then returns to the city where she rescues Leon and Helena and flies them to the Quad Towers. There, she discovers the data on her clone and decides to destroy it. She finds Carla's hidden lab in the tower, destroying all of her notes. And she also discovers a single cocoon left. Ada hits the button on the incinerator, destroying the clone pod. And with this done, she leaves the facility as it explodes around her, her phone ringing, and she answers it, ready for her next assignment. So the problem with Resident Evil 6, in my opinion, is that the fact that there are so many campaigns, which makes things kind of overly confusing, but it felt like a good callback to the entire franchise as a whole. The over-the-top action sequences, the very creepy mysteries, the zombies everywhere. They were trying to do a little bit of everything in Resident Evil 6, and I don't think it was inherently a bad game, but the plot just got so all over the place. It's very easy to see why this is probably the least favorite of the franchise. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below which of these series is your favorite, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel as we continue to bring you goofy adventures, D&D games, and recaps of your favorite video games. I'll see you guys next time right here at the Comicstorian Gaming channel, and have a good one.